Wolfstride, developed by Oda Emon Studios and published by Raw Fury, the same people who published Sable, West of Dead, and several other titles. This was their first game they made and was released on December 7th, 2021. It had my attention thanks to the trailer alone during the Steam Indie Festival that year, the mindset of, ooh, cool, giant robots fighting each other, that looks like fun, so I was well on board. So I got the game day one and played it. I expected it to be a really solid mech fighting game with the story just serviceable enough to carry me from fight to fight. What I did not expect was to become my favorite game of the year. After I beat it, I went to the store page just to see what everyone else thought, and what do you know, this bitch got under 300 total reviews. Barely anyone had seen this game to me. What happened? This game has so much going for it. A satisfying gameplay loop with great build variety, a shockingly great story, voice acting, and mystery, as well as huge amounts of charm and care only being missed by so many people, was horrid. This game fell under the radar for so many people that I just had to make this video just to shed some light on this hidden gem of 2021. This is Wolfstride. In terms of story, I was expecting a plot thread that just makes the mech fight encounters justifiable at best and the focus about the combat itself. Then I got hit in the face with depression and regret and an endless loop until you die. I was shocked at how much more interesting the story and development was in this game and how good it was at telling me it, or more importantly, not telling me it, letting me as the player try to piece information together on what happened and what is going on. The game took me around 20 to 25 hours to beat, but it can vary depending on how much side stuff you do. This game takes place after a group of misfits get a giant robot from their dead friend and now have to win fights in order to make money to pay off debts or other motivations. That's the general gist to avoid as many spoilers as I can. However, I can assure you, yes, you will buy this game because of the giant cool mech fights and firing a gun the size of a house, but you will stay for the mystery of the main character's internal conflicts and the actual development of these characters as the story continues. There is also a lot of cursing in the game, but it does it in a different way from most games. In this game, everyone can and will swear, but only when the mood demands it, or when it can be funny.
Oh, it's a fucking butterfly, isn't it?
If they are chill, they tend not to swear. If they are furious at something, they will definitely throw in a swear. The characters also help coming alive thanks to the voice acting. The VAs in this game are absolutely stellar and better than most games I have played. I can't think of a single voice actor in this game that was bad or even mediocre. No, they were all amazing. And don't worry, this isn't something to look forward to on specific parts of the game. There are probably hundreds of recorded voice lines in this game, so you'll experience it every minute of this game.
Turns out he's ranked 251, so he's one rank below us.
What? Does it mean we're not getting anything from this fight?
Chill out, wizard. Defending our rank is also part of the competition.
Yeah, take a chill pill, dude. This is gonna be fun.
Now for the meat and potatoes of the game. It is split apart by two main modes I will call Management Mode and Mech Combat. Management Mode is where you will spend the majority of the game. This is where you run around the map doing daily jobs for your crew that day, as well as doing chores to gain money to purchase upgrades for your mech and pilot. During this, you can talk to your crew or friends, ask them about their thoughts on recent events, check up on them, give them pineapples, the usual. When in management mode, the main way you will be making money for upgrading your mech and pilot are chores. These are just mini games you do, and depending on your final score, you'll get more or different rewards. Some chores are just flat out better than others. I would pick Junk Hunt over BDSM any day of the week, for example. But they are still enjoyable to do, and different jobs will give you different rewards, so just try them all and figure out which one you love. However, when you first do them, you might do the absolute best you can do. Absolutely flawless run. Still, the meter will only go to around maybe a 4th, even 5th prize. The point of that is not only to do as great as possible, but to have the correct gadgets to enable you to get a higher score or longer time. Gadgets are items in your inventory that you get from either progressing in the story, doing some missions in management mode, or giving people pineapples. These gadgets all apply buffs to specific things in management mode. Some gadgets are minor things such as longer dash in BDSM, or bonus time when meeting a certain objective. Some are, however, far greater than others. I am not lying when I say, if or when you get the TNT Mach 2 gadget for Junk Mine, you will never have to worry about money ever again, for the rest of the game ever. A lot of these gadgets are actually hidden behind characters that unlock by you just giving them a bunch of pineapples, the ultimate source of friendship, and to appease the all-powerful pineapple god.
Greetings, lesser creature.
That's management mode wrapped up. Now I'm going to move on to the main combat of the game, mech fighting. So now after completing chores, you finally have some money to start purchasing upgrades. For the mech, you can buy parts that can upgrade the health, armor, how much movement you have, etc. For your pilot, you can buy the actual attacks and abilities that your mech will do in combat. In the fight, you have 4 health bars for the different parts of your mech. Your head, left and right arms, and your chest. Losing these parts in battle have different consequences depending on the part. If your head gets destroyed, you lose the ability to specify what part to target for an attack and then just pick randomly. You also lose any ability that comes from your head, depending on the ability. If you lose your left or right arms, you lose the ability to perform most of your attack defense moves, such as firing, reloading your gun, or throwing a punch. Make sure to keep track of what ability needs what arm. If your chest gets destroyed, the game is over and you lose. This is the win condition and what you should be aiming for in the fight. In the fight, you have 5 resources to manage: AP, MP, ammo, morale, as well as
Nanomachine, son.
the first one is AP, and these are the actions you will take on your turn. These can be used as attack options, which can be grouped to short range, medium range, and long range. There are also defensive moves where you can reload your gun and apply buffs to your mech like armor and taunts, as well as you can gain movement points. Next is MP, and this is the movement in your mech and how many tiles your mech can move. You can also use this to push the enemy mech 1 tile away for a +1 to the MP cost. This is a good time to talk about the arenas. On the arenas, there are specific tiles with a plus or minus. This indicates that if you land on the tile, you will get either a bonus or a detriment to whatever attack you do. There is also a condition called deadlock for the incredibly aggressive mechs out there, where you'll push your enemy mech to the edge of the arena and are right next to it. This will give you a massive damage boost, but can easily be pushed away on the enemy turn. Ammo is the tertiary resource of the game, which allows you to use special or powerful attacks. You start off with maximum ammo, however after you use it, you need to recover the ammo via an action such as reloading or other specific moves. If you're going to use ammo a lot in a fight, make sure to have a reload option equipped in your defensive skills or protocol, or else you will have no way to get your ammo back once you use it. Morale is the critical hit of the game, or so to speak. Your pilot will be able to use a stance after watching movies you got in management mode. This will give him a sort of personality in the cockpit, giving him likes and dislikes. Achieving his likes in combat and avoiding his dislikes will fill up your morale meter, the black square around the profile that fills to white. Once filled, your next attack will do increased damage and the meter will go back to 0. Now for the nanomachines. This is your healing system throughout the fight. At the start of your turn, you will gain a certain percentage of fluid charge. At 100%, you will gain 1 charge and it starts over if you have multiple charges. Having a charge will give you access to a protocol which will let you heal, gain AP, MP, or other options. This is here because if you don't have this, you will lose your main attack hand and just give up the fight because there's nothing you can do. That's most of the points down. There are other things to talk about such as armor, but you get the idea at this point. The core gameplay loop is you start the match, close the distance with MP, and attack parts of the mech. And note what part of the enemy mech is the most trouble. If you know this mech type has a shield, focus the shield arm, so he has no defense. If he has a devastating right hook, shatter that arm so he can't hit you. If he isn't threatening at all, just focus the chest and win. When I initially got this game, my first playthrough was a mid-range, high AP and ammo build with very low movement. This is so I can just rain the enemy in a hailstorm of bullets. Later, I got the move Night Eater, which is a 2 AP, 2 ammo attack that does fantastic armor stripping. I got this at the point where most of the game had a good amount of armor to go through. I used this attack almost exclusively for the rest of the game and just thought this was completely meta and the game had 0 build variety. Then I decided to do my second playthrough and thought, you know what, I'm going to try a high movement melee focused build where I just push the enemy into deadlock and just wail on them at close range. And this build shredded all of my enemies, and thanks to Deadlock's damage bonus, I just ignored all the armor. So now I don't know what was more busted. I'm going to try a long range build and see how that works, but at least I'm confident that will work. The only real gripe I have with this gameplay, if any, is the importance of taunting or attacking redirects in a game like this. There are 2 ways an enemy actually was interesting to fight. either having a massively powerful attack that can kill or almost destroy a part in one turn, or a taunt. If they do not have a taunt and can't do enough damage to me, I will just use a healing protocol on the part and be fine. And some enemies just straight up don't have these options and literally cannot do anything. Because if they don't endanger a part or force me to attack somewhere else, I just focus down the chest and win. Not even close. But that's it. That's the one gripe I have with it, nothing else. And that was only really an issue mid to the beginning of late game. Early game, you're still unlocking parts of the combat system, and late game, everyone is a decent threat with tools to hurt you. All in all, it's a really fantastic combat system that I thoroughly enjoyed, but as I said earlier, you will buy this game for the mecha fights, but you will stay for the story and dialogue. This game is a hidden gem that more people should play and try out. If you are a fan of story-driven single-player games, then I believe this game is a must-buy. And if I even convince just one person to purchase and at least try out this game, then I believe I've succeeded in this video. Thank you for watching. Please let me know down in the comments what I can improve on, as this is my first time making something like this and would love feedback on the final product. If you want, subscribe or leave a like, but honestly, just you watching to this point is reward enough for me. Also, if you want, my Twitch is in the description, where I'll probably stream other games or collect footage for some games I will be making a video on at some point. Once again, thanks for watching. I hope to see you later.